Hey, welcome back. Thanks very much. I said before the break that I was going to show you some of the things that our reporters found across the country. I want to start with an incredible video. I think this is what would be called gaslighting. You know that phrase where you're manipulated, you're told something straight to your face that you know is not true, and they know it's not true, and they know that you know it's not true, but they say it anyways. It's a form of psychological manipulation. It's a crazy kind of lying. Without further ado, let me play for you a video by our friend David Menzies in Mississauga. And this young woman, her name is Esra, E-S-S-R-A, Karam. And she's just a regular young woman in Mississauga, saying regular things, wearing regular AK-47 machine gun earrings, and a regular shirt that translator says, never give up your gun, but in a terrorist way, not a home defense way. Listen to her talk about terrorism and torture that she says, no, didn't happen. Take a look. Oh, so we're just loading that vid right now. Thanks for your patience here. But completely normal. In Mississauga, listen, Omar Al-Gabra is the MP there, so he's representing his Hamas people. Take a look.
Hamas is not a terrorist group.
Oh, it isn't, ma'am.
First of all, Hamas is not a terrorist group.
Hamas
is not a terrorist group.
What is it, like a motorcycle club?
It is a resistance that has been fuming for 75 years of colonialism, of occupation, of murder, of rape, of little children, of women. That's what they are. They're resistance.
Do you think Canada is a colonialist country too?
Everything that they do is justified.
Including what happened last week?
Every single thing they have done is justified.
Oh, ma'am, there were children murdered. There were babies beheaded.
Babies beheaded, really? Please educate yourself.
Well,
Please check the news, because as a news reporter, you gotta check the fucking news, because they said that shit was fake, okay? Multiple times. Different channels, even Biden himself, his ministers and his idiots said himself that news was fake. So, there's no 40 beheaded babies.
And there were no 1,300 deaths in Israel?
There's no evidence, there's no photos whatsoever. Hamas is a Muslim group. They would never do that because it's against Islam. That's number one. And that's something that they show.
Do you really believe that?
There is evidence of Israeli women saying that they gave us water, they gave us food, they gave us a place to sleep comfortably. They gave us clothes. They got them to cover up out of respect. This is actual women having interviews talking about when they were hostages or when they were taking in, when Hamas members were coming into their house. These are actual Israeli women saying this is how they were. Even at some point, a Hamas fighter told one of the women, "Can I have a banana to eat?" He asked if he could eat a banana that was in her home. Does that sound like a fucking terrorist to you?
Yeah. All those hundreds of videos, most of them filmed by the terrorists themselves, live streaming their murders and killing babies and civilians, kidnapping women to rape them and kill them. But don't you know, one of them asked for a banana. And don't you know that Muslims can't be terrorists, so it's just a moot point. Imagine that. And that's what scares me, is that we've seen tens of thousands of people, Montreal, probably the largest, Edmonton, very large, Toronto, Ottawa, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who simultaneously, like, it's the juxtaposition there that's incredible. She's wearing a shirt with a terrorist saying, never give up your gun. She's wearing 2 gun earrings, but she's not just she's not a firearms rights activist. She's not like a Second Amendment American home defense woman. I don't think she has a firearm herself. Her earrings and her T-shirt are in support of the use of violence against Jews, which is in Hamas's official charter. Let's call that up right now, Hamas charter. Hamas is a terrorist organization with a specific goal. And the goal is expressly anti-Semitic. It's to kill Jews. In that way, it's very much like the Nazis in that it is designed to kill Jews. And it's Islamic in its nature. The word Jews appears again and again in its covenant, 18 times. Let me quote from Article 7 of the Hamas covenant. The day of judgment will not come about until Muslims fight Jews and kill them. Then the Jews will hide behind rocks, and the rocks and trees will cry out, "O Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me, come and kill them." So they're citing the Quran as justification for killing Jews, not Israelis, but Jews. And I won't go through it. Maybe I'll do a special show on this. But Hamas is an explicitly murderous document, not towards Israel or Zionists, but towards Jews in general. And I just saw a moment ago, if you can find it, I just retweeted, Olivia. There's this anti-Semitism conference in Ottawa right now. So it's not about Hamas, it's not about Israel, it's not about foreign affairs, it's just about anti-Semitism. And there are pro-Hamas protesters at the anti-Semitism conference. I mean, as the tweet I just retweeted says, if you're going to protest an anti-Semitism conference, then you're really showing your true colors. Like, imagine going to protest against a conference against anti-Semitism. That would be like protesting against an anti-racism conference. That's just so out there.
By the way, we're sending a reporter to Israel, Avi Yamini. In fact, as I speak, he's boarding the plane in Melbourne, Australia, to fly with our cameraman, Benji, to Tel Aviv. He's there to tell the truth about the war. If you want to help us crowdfund his economy class airfare from Australia to Israel for him and for Benji and for their hotel costs and other costs, we're trying to find him a bulletproof vest, for example. Please go to thetruthaboutthewar.com. That's the special website we've set up, thetruthaboutthewar.com. From downtown Toronto, well, uptown Toronto actually, in front of a line of police, this is Ezra Levant for Rebel News.